Good morning. Okie dokie, let me see here. Let me reload the page. I'm going to do a little smudge while I'm online for people to come and join me this morning. And let me see, there's that. Nope, it didn't populate yet. It says on there. A hair or something. All right, let me light my sage up. Do a little smudge. There we go. And silence it. Okay. Who's joining me here today? It says people are here. Oh, there we go. We're finally populated. Good morning. Good morning. All right. A little smudge for everybody. A little. I'll put that one there out of the way. All right. How are you doing today? How are you navigating? Are you navigating these energies? It's been pretty intense. I'm seeing pictures, but I have no idea who it is. All right. So welcome, welcome. Say hello. I'd love to hear where you're from. I am here in Oklahoma. Born and raised in California. Chris. Not so great. It's been rough. Yes. It has been rough. It's, yes, mostly we are learning how to Missouri. All right. Which is a Jack or Aaron? Who's here? Good morning, New York. Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Hicks-Forrest. I am an empath, light worker, soul coach, mentor, coach, teacher, you know, many, many labels. Blu-ray, Aaron. All right, thank you for that. Awesome. I'm talking this morning about staying in your own lane, but I did ask. I have a hair or something in my nose. How you're navigating the energy. Seattle. Good morning, Gina. Washington. It's yeah, we're in another portal and a gateway. There was 9/9. And so it's not lessening. We have moments of reprieve in this energy that's happening, but it's not lessening for sure. Depending where we are in our journey and learning how to navigate the energies, it's still intense. New Mexico. Hi, Isabel. Thanks. I love this. Love seeing where y'all from. Love going through New Mexico. We would travel from California to Oklahoma. For years we did that. So we'd stop at several places in New Mexico on the way. A lot of fun. Yes. So the energies, back to the energies. I'm distracted saying hello to everyone because I'm just very happy to be here. I'm so happy you're here. I also have a group, Empathic Superpower. So I go live typically Saturday mornings. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way, but I set an event so you know that. So I do more empath tips and tools in there if you're interested in joining that. Just take a breath. Let's just in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Do that a couple times. It'll just help ground you in and it'll help bring your energy back into you. You'll work. Hi, Christy. All over the place. Love it, love it. All right. Depending where we are on our journey in learning how to navigate the energy and staying in our own lane, which is the topic for today, which came out of one thing and then it came something else. I was like, oh, dang it. Taking my own medicine. Let's see. It's not less. The energy's not less. We learn how to honor ourselves, ride the waves, and take care of ourselves. Honoring and taking care of, but taking care of ourselves. Hi, Alita. Good morning. Wisconsin. It just, the more we know how to take care of ourselves and listen, to our bodies and what we need, that's what makes it a little easier to navigate the energies. It doesn't make them less. It doesn't make them less intense. It means we're learning how to ride the waves. That's all. And sometimes they kick our ass and knock us on our butt and demand that you take a rest. I was talking with someone last week and she had gotten a little sick, and I said, can I send you some healing energy? And she said, well, of course. So a couple days she was better. And she said, I don't know what happened. I said, well, we were talking about how much she does and how much she's available for the people and doing volunteering. Plus she works and has a family, and family being 4 babies and a husband. But she's doing a lot and not listening when her body needs a rest. So if we're not listening, it's going to kick our butt. And it appears to be sickness, right? It comes on as sickness. Yes, I burst into tears. Oh my gosh. I burst into tears also a couple days ago on my 9/9. It's my anniversary. It's my wedding anniversary. And it's also, that's a big portal day. I had no idea when I set the date. It was just on a Saturday, and it was like, oh, 9/9. That's an easy date to remember. So, holy cow. I knew it was endings and beginnings in terms of numerology. Yeah. So that's happening a lot for many people that are willing. Some things happen that totally knock us out of our place that we're in. So if we're not listening, we get sick, or something happens and we get injured, or something else happens that triggers us to shift because we're looping in something. That's my experience. What my experience was, and I'm going to tell you up front, the animal lived. Okay, let me just qualify that because I was distraught. Totally distraught. Driving home about a mile from my house, and an armadillo runs right, I'm telling you, right out in front of me. There's cars coming. There's shoulder, nowhere for me to go. I straddle it. That's all I'll say. My husband left yesterday. He said there's no armadillo. It was living. I looked back, it was still alive, but I didn't know. I lost my shit. Totally lost my shit. I cried and I sobbed and I screamed. I had a sore throat, raw throat from screaming. Why? And then when I look up what the meaning is, it's all about boundaries and balance. And there's one other piece. Balance, and there's 3 pieces to that struck me. Which is what I've been doing, is teaching a course on boundaries, and another one's coming up. So just dropping that little hint there for you. And I cried. I came in the house. My husband's like holding me. Just, I could see like he was so concerned because why are you sobbing so hard? I was like, I hit this armadillo and I don't know if it's alive. And I was so upset. It's alive. It survived. So, but yeah, those things happen to me. Those are the things that'll happen to me to knock me out of whatever I'm in. Whatever loop, whatever energy loop that I'm in, or I'm not paying attention to, or I need to pay more attention to. Is that making sense? I used to get sick a lot. Sometimes I would injure myself. I had major car accidents. These are over a series of years. And then things like that happen. So it's something really significant and impactful that triggers us to just like let go. Finally let go of whatever we're holding on to so tight. And I could feel the tears. I could feel the energy coming up. And then I would just move. I would breathe and I'd move, and I didn't cry. And I do this too over everything. And then I fight the resistance. Yes. I get frustrated with myself, then angry at every little thing from my past. You've been guiding me unwavering with this challenge. Bless you. You're so welcome. I would have wanted to diet a poor animal too. You know, a lot of us that are highly sensitive, we have that deep connection. I find I keep getting called to the tub because the water helps amplify our energy and it clears. Water's an immediate, drinking water, being in water, whether it's a tub or a lake, river, ocean. Water is a big thing for us right now. If you don't take a bath or even in the shower, it helps. You just can imagine that the water's rinsing away all that energy and all that stuff. that we've been carrying. Oh, hi, Kayla. What's up? What's the current topic? Staying in your own lane, which is we kind of are off a little bit because I'm talking about the energies. So it's my opening question. How are you doing with the energies is what I asked. So that started it. It will tie into staying in your own lane. But often it takes something very traumatic to whatever it is for you to like break us loose and shift us. My husband said last night, he said, I'm a dumbass. I did a really stupid thing. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, he moved the truck so he could go move the car to air up the tires. But he moved the truck in the way and his car hit the truck. Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? So those are the things that happen for him when he needs a little wake up call. And that's the first thing I thought of. About an air raid. Yes, because that's probably a spiritual, what people are calling spiritual warfare. Could be the chemtrails. Yeah, there's all kinds of things happening etherically that we're not aware. Wonder what that means. Yeah, right? It can mean that personally for you, it could mean that you're being attacked in many different ways. That seems harsh. Attacked meaning if I'm open and I'm taking on all the energies, I feel like I'm being raided. It's because they come from everywhere and all your friends and all your family and everywhere you go. And if you're not cutting cords and clearing your energy space, then you have an air raid going on. I have a huge knowledge to now be at peace. Lots of tools to aid me. I'm finding the lost feeling, drifting into an anxious state of being, unrest. Yep. I don't know how to explain it. Something is trying to keep me unstill. That's a lot of the energies, collective things. So one of the things, simple thing, ask yourself if it's my stuff. Is this me? I think I must be open in an air raid. Yeah. So Kayla, it's Kayla who said that, right? Come back up here. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody got, okay. So yeah, it applies to more than just you. When we talk about energy, because if we're not taking care of our energy field and we're not having boundaries and we're not bringing our energy in, cutting the cords, clearing our space, then we're like a sponge and we're just out. We're just out and we just pick it all up. That's where the bath comes in, a shower, cutting the cords, bringing your energy in, all those things. All those tools. And it's vigilance. Being very vigilant about your self-care. There's no time to just pretend you don't know anymore. Observe. Malia, hello. Observe, don't absorb. I know, and that's way easier said than done. Even if we're observing and we think we're not absorbing, if we're not taking care of our energy and doing a lot of self-care to bring our energy home to ourselves, we're still picking it up. Hold on, come back here. Yes, I notice the difference within myself when I'm around a certain person and then it goes away. Absolutely. Make sure you cut those cords when you're around them. And somebody was asking me yesterday about a place they live. Make sure that you're wrapping yourself in that silver diamond white light. Put a bubble, diamond white light. That helps to keep your energy in. I saw a girl in a field hiding a sign in a mine town, and I just told her, you're doing good, you're making a difference, and she started crying a bit. Oh, holding. Got it. Is that a real thing, or was that a dream? Yeah. So it's amplifying. It's becoming more, bigger. I haven't figured out the words to replace more with. It's bigger. It's more. It's intensifying. Let me just eliminate it altogether. The energy is intensifying. Have you noticed like your telepathy, you say it, they were thinking it, or they say it and you were just like right there, you were just thinking it at the same time as a dream. Okay. Yeah, good. I have a lot of dreams. I don't remember them. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about, thank you for sharing all this. This is fabulous, fabulous, because I love to be able to give you some insight about the dreams and what's happening in the world, and I'm not an astrologer, so I follow other people so I can know more too, because while we feel it all, I don't always have the words. So I go find other people and what I can tell you about. What I'm talking about today. Staying in your own lane. What does that mean? Minding your own business. That's what that means. That's the bottom line. Done. Totally. Lighten up a little bit, yeah? Okay. It was a little small town with people working and living, and then, yep, bombs in a nearby forest, so I ran. Yes. Yes. It's, I think of, well, that could be the countries that are in a war, and that maybe that she has something to do there. And it could be the energy, the air raid, like the energy. I had a dream about my Aunt Martha and my mom, and I woke up and texted my cousins. And my cousin told me, yeah, my mom's in the hospital. So my intuition's been very on point lately. Yes. Very heightened. The intuition, telepathy, the knowing, very heightened for us. Trust it. I did not trust. I can tell you I did not trust. I talked to that little armadillo, asked what the message was. I had a whole conversation, said it was fine. That's my wake-up call, one of them. And I wasn't totally trusting that. So I asked my husband, did you see it on the road? He said no. And if he'd seen it on the road, I wouldn't have told you the story. Because I know how sensitive we are. I have an issue. My roommate loses things from my home that are needed, then refuses to take responsibility. All of my towels, all of my forks, and some pots. What? How is he losing them? I'm assuming it's he. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let me come back. Even little things. I was coming back from lunch and I thought of a potato and onion dish, and then I got back to work and there was a potluck. One of my coworkers says, you need to try my dish. It's a potato and onion. Oh my God, that's so awesome. We're much more in tune, and it's the frequency and the energy is so high. It's super easy. It's much easier for us to, and trusting it, right? Trusting that. I knew that little armadillo lived, but I wasn't trusting that. I wanted evidence because it affected me so much. I have vision dreams. Aha. It was handed down to me from my Nana, and she saw her son being killed in World War II. And she set up screaming that he was dead, and he was. And she was here in the States, and he was in Europe. Oh, man. I have a friend that has those kind of dreams. It's really harsh. It's really harsh on the nervous system. Because there's not anything to do about it, right? You just know. He must take them out of the house and not bring them back. Oh, like taking them to work or whatever. How do you lose forks and towels in a house? Well, I'm thinking he's taking them, right? Sounds like what teenagers do. Look under the bed. Oh, yeah, huh? Because if they take him, oh my gosh, there was so much stuff we found. One of the boyfriends had a teenager, and we found all these dirty dishes and crap under the bed. Yep. Or any other roommate. So let me ask you this. You're accusing him of taking them, and I don't know that it's right or wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm asking you, are you shifting timelines? There's a lot of things that happen like that when we start to shift timelines. So if you don't have an answer right at the moment, meditate on that and ask your helpers, am I shifting dimensions so that he put a lock on the door so I can't look. Oh, it's your house. Maybe you need to have maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. And you lock up your stuff. That was the other thought I had as you were talking. Lock up your own things. If you share things, just lock it away. Well, since I don't have it and I can't find it, I'm going to lock it so I have it when I need it. Right, well, she's saying you didn't take any responsibility, so. Okay, so staying in your own lane. Now, so that's perfect, because when we stay in our own lane, we mind our own business, and we do our own thing. This came out of one situation, and then as I'm journaling about it, I'm like, Where's my own medicine? My friend asked me to, she's 87, and she'd been gone for a little while, and she asked me if I could meet with her today and go play bingo and have lunch with her. Well, I had quite a resentment going on because the last time I had talked to her, she was just nasty. She was sick, she didn't feel good, but she was just nasty. And then she left. She had canceled her trip, and I said, are you going to go? Are you going to postpone it? She's like, no, I'm just not going. Click. Fine. And then the next thing I hear from someone else is that she left and went on the trip. Like a week later when she got better. She didn't let me know. She didn't send me an email or call me, nothing. I'm like, I thought we were friends. And then I get a group email when she got back. And I never replied to it. I'm like, so the other day my husband's like, are you going to talk to her? I said, I don't know. I said, I have quite a resentment. And he said, well, they asked me a question about it. And I said, I don't know. But I regret it. If she died, she's 87. I said, I don't know, maybe. I just so was in my being mad at how, because I had an expectation that she should treat a friend different than that. Now, staying in my own lane, it's none of my business. What is my business is how I go forward in the relationship and how I set the boundary. But how she behaves is not my business. How it affects me is my business. How I reply to it or respond or react to it is my business. How I choose to stay in a friendship or not, that's my choices. Right? So, like the house thing, whatever he's doing is not your business, but how it's affecting you and how you move forward is. Does that make sense? Does it mean being independent even in family situations, minding my own business? Yes. We're born into families and we have soul contracts with families. And so it doesn't mean that I'm not in relationship with people. Staying in my own lane is when they're doing something that's like, what are you doing and why are you doing that? Or they're making choices in their life that I don't agree with or I think is stupid or you should do it different, right? That's minding my own business. Staying in my own lane. Unless they're asking me for some support or some help, not my business. Because, let me give you a little context, more context around this. More. There's the word. Let me give you some context around this. Context around this is we all have our own journey. We all have our own things that we do in life for particular things that we agreed to learn when we came here in this form. And so did they. Hang on, I'll read those in a second. They have their own agreement. We might have soul agreements in our family as we come together and experience certain things together. But it's about minding my own business and letting them walk their journey. Not only in my words and how I interact with them, but how I energetically am around them. And that's the bigger piece. When we take care of ourselves and we live in a high vibe, we alter our environment naturally. And many of us automatically transmute energies. It's innate, natural. It's also very unconscious until it's not. Once we become aware of that, it's important to stop doing it. To stop stepping in and thinking it's my job to come in and help transmute their illness or their grief or their sadness or their anger. It's not my job. It's their path. If I'm transmuting the environment because I showed up and I have a high vibe, that's different than interfering in their energy field and thinking that I know best for them. Let me send you some healing energy. Let me send you light. Let me pray for you. Prayers are great, but keep them neutral. I don't know what's in their best interest. Somebody said something the other day, messaged me and said, I'm going to send you some healing energy. And I said, please don't. That's the first time I've set a boundary like that. Please don't. Prayers are great, but please do not send me energy. And I immediately put up a block. Because I don't know what their energy is. I don't know what they're carrying. I don't know what's going on for them. And I don't want it in my energy field. Unless they're coming from a pure high vibe state, please don't. I used to do that. Oh, I'm sending you healing energy and I'm sending you light. And now I make sure to ask. Ask permission. Don't just assume that you know. It's part of staying in your own lane. I don't assume anymore that I know what you need or what's in your best interest or I know what your journey is. I don't. Unless you tell me or you ask me or I've asked you for permission to send you energy, I stay in my own lane. And that's practice. It has taken a lot of years of practice. Because I'm a healer naturally. So let me heal you. Let me help you. But it's not my role to do that with everyone. You come here, you ask me questions. I get to answer them because you've asked. It's an agreement we've made. Does that make sense? All right, come back here. Let me come back here. I don't want to have to put locks on all my drawers. Okay, maybe you find a cabinet or maybe the other alternative is that you get a new roommate. Maybe that's the best choice. It would be annoying too, and the roommate would feel some sort of way, which and still other things. Maybe. Staying in my own lane doesn't mean independent. Yes, okay. I think he just doesn't care to be responsible with my things. If he was trying to steal, there are many other ways, other things that are worthy of it, like all my crystals. Okay, just say the house is losing cutlery. Can you replenish it? Okay, y'all are talking that. I figured out the only way to heal them is to heal myself. 100%, Malia. That is absolute 100% true. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad that made some sense. I figured out the only way to heal them is to heal myself. That is our role. Nailed it in a little nutshell. Healing ourselves is our role to help heal others. We are the example. We live in a healed, not like we're not healed, but like we live in a healed, clearing the traumas, the wounding, that stuff. So we live in a healed state or healing as we keep going. That's our role. It's not to interfere and step in and think that I know what you need. Like with it wasn't Kayla, it was Kelly. With Kelly, I could tell you should kick him out. That's not my business. It's happening for you, from you. Somehow you are co-creating with this person. What's the gift for you? Is it to learn to have a boundary? Is it to learn to stand up for yourself and advocate and say, you need to get the fuck out? My shit's disappearing and you're the only other one here. It's the not me ghost, right? But that's not my place. I don't know what's right for you. Sometimes I do, but it's not my place to decide for you or to tell you. I got in trouble a lot with that because I did know. I do know now. But it's right for me. I don't know exactly. It might resonate for you. So often when we're telling other people, it's what's right for us. Let me give you my advice. I'm not using it. Yeah, that would be a long time. It was a long, long time of that. We are learning. Some of us are early, learning just to crawl and to walk. And some of us are further along in practicing. Boundaries, yes. Boundaries. Yep. that is the key. That's the key to most of it, I have learned, is boundaries. It's the key to our self-care. It's the key to loving ourselves. It's the key to freedom. It's the key to healthy relationships. I'm doing a step up for myself and stand tall. Yep. It's not comfortable. But the bottom line is, when I'm staying in my lane, this is not working for me. And if it's not working for me, it's not going to be working for him, because you're always going to suspect him and never trust him. And that's not going to work. It's that way in any relationship. If I'm suddenly now I'm not trusting and I don't feel comfortable in my own house, it's not working for him either. If it's in your best interest, it's in their best interest. And we don't always get that. I'm being so mean. They might be upset. I might hurt their feelings. They might reject me. You left him a note. Replace the forks or find a new place. There's more than the forks missing. Yeah, it sounds like he's taking it to work or something and then just leaving it. Anyway, whatever. It's a choice, right? We have choices, and it's been going on a minute. It's not like it just suddenly occurred. So if it's in your best interest, if it's in your highest and best good, it is in other people's. When we get all twisted up about what they're going to feel or how upset they might be, or they're going to reject us, or they're not going to be our friend anymore, I get to love me enough and respect me enough to have that boundary. And if they don't want to come along with me, is it worth it? Is it worth compromising myself to stay in that relationship? So the staying in my own lane, I get to have the boundaries. I get to decide. With the person I was talking about that left and didn't tell me, was it crappy in the way she treated me? Yeah, it was. I get to decide now how I want to go forward. She's 87. She's not going to be here much longer. That's the conversation she's been having. Here's what's really, really clear to me. People love being in my energy, but I don't always love being in theirs. I need my Marty fix. I need to spend some time. But I don't want to spend time. You're like this black hole of whatever. But they're used to me coming in and let me transmute your energy. Let me overspill on my energy so that you feel good and I can heal you. Very non-thought process, right? I'm not thinking about it. It just happens because that's how I've always been. And so it's becoming conscious of this. Staying in my lane. I am transitioning, growing and guided by divine love. Yes. You're very welcome, Kelly. I had a few old friends that say, oh, I love you. They want to be around me, but I guess only if I don't talk. Peace out, people. Sometimes it is only if so there's the thing, right? There's our presence. They love being in our presence because they feel good in our presence. How many times have you heard, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. You didn't say very much, but they word vomited all over and you just took it on. And they feel better and you feel like crap. Boundaries, folks. Boundaries. Staying in our lane. We get to decide. You get to decide what your lane looks like. And it's not always easy. And when we're beginning to learn how, it's very uncomfortable. Fact. It's just a fact, right? You're going to be uncomfortable. Even minding your own business, you're going to be uncomfortable because we're so used to inserting ourselves. And let me give you my advice. Let me tell you. They reject it anyway. They don't want to hear it unless they've asked for it. And then even then they don't want to hear it sometimes. I enjoy him as a roommate in many other ways and have had horrible roommates. Well, then, so you got to figure out if it's worth the trade-off. Is there another way to handle your kitchen and your towels? Maybe put them in your room or something. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But he has a lot of other traits. Is this a deal breaker? And then maybe you go to a yard sale and you get some shitty forks and you let him disappear those. These are for you. And then when you run out, tough. I don't know. Right? So I get there's some benefit. There's some good things about him that you, so it's deciding, is this a deal breaker? So is it causing a financial hardship? So picking the battle, right? We get to pick the battle. So to speak. It's not really a battle, but. Right, so it's conditional. I get it. It's not a judgment, but it's conditional. If you replace the forks, you can stay in. If you don't, you got to go. It takes courage to do that and just to advocate for yourself, because everything costs money. And depending on where your stuff comes from, you know, it's just I don't know. I don't know what the whole situation is. So deciding for you if it's a deal breaker. And then getting out of his way. Pulling your energy back. Yeah. If he refuses to take responsibility, that's the deal breaker. It's not about the losing thing. It's not taking responsibility. Yeah. And then stick to it. That's the thing. Once you you set the boundary and the consequence, you got to stick to it. No matter how uncomfortable it is. Yeah. So right now I just started. Last week was the first one. If you are interested in joining me for boundaries. Boundaries, it's time boundaries and energy boundaries. And tonight's the second one. And it is all about the communicating our time boundaries and determining what they are for us. And I'm looking for the link to put in here. Because it's just doing the little spin right now. When it comes up all. Yeah. It's $111 for 4 weeks. Telegram. We're communicating in Telegram. Supporting each other. And let me copy that. I'll use this one. Oh, copy. There we go. So if you are... you're very welcome, Kelly. I'm very, very welcome. Fun and wise, lovely gratitude. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. I'm just going to put this in here so you can take a look at that if you're interested. It's all recorded, yours forever. And I'm going to start another one on boundaries and trauma bonding. Been working on my boundaries all around with everyone. Gosh, it's hard. It's hard and tiring. It is. That's why I'm doing this. The time and the energy, because energy is all about, Alita's in there with me, so it's so good. It's really amazing. I am this is called Badass Boundaries Boss series, so there's going to be several series of these. So the next one's going to be around the trauma bonding and setting boundaries. Yes, boundaries they cover everything. They really do. So if you're interested, I put the link in there. And there's that one. I have not created a second one yet. The page for it. So that one's going to be, it feels like 5 modules. This one's 4 modules. It's 4 weeks. The other one's going to be over a couple of weeks instead of spread out so far. And early bird now, if you want to get into that one, is $88. And then it's going to go up in the next week. So that's early bird by Friday. So let me know if you want that one. I'm going to create the page and then I'll send it to you. You can direct message me at Marty Forrest. Probably not in Spiritual Empath page. Come to my page, Marty Forrest. If you're interested in that one. The one I'm in now is 111. That one's 88 till Friday. And then it'll go up. Super, super powerful. I am boundary queen. And then of course when I'm doing it, I get to really see where I'm at in my boundaries. So I have no problem setting boundaries today. Most of my life I did. Because so many of us come from those homes where we're like this. We're enmeshed. There are no boundaries. And our parents didn't know how to set them either. So I spent years learning how to set them and not feel bad about it, right? So I can navigate the world and life in a way that works for me and that feels peaceful. And I don't feel bad when I'm setting a boundary. It's in everybody's best interest. So, Marty first. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, Forrest. It just came up. There we go. You do it here. Pulled up my page. So I'll find it. So yeah, reach out to me if you're interested in either one of those. And let's see, did I catch all the comments here around staying in your own lane? It's such a... I mean, it really comes down to minding my own business, but there's so much more than staying in my own lane is a lot about the energy that we walk around with in the world, because we're such naturally big, transmuting. A lot of us are healers. And you're very welcome. Very welcome, Kelly. So it's learning how to be masterful with our own energy and our own boundaries, because when we're always enmeshed, it's really difficult to tell what's me and what's you. Thank you, Alita. Because we don't know. If we can't discern the energies, we don't set them because we don't want to upset them, because we feel them when they're upset. And then we compromise ourselves. And then we think it's all us. Not realizing that we've taken on their shit. So there's some really fine lines, and it's not as hard as we make it out to be. But boundaries create for ourselves trust. Right? We're creating trust for ourselves. And we're creating our own value and our own worthiness. And that's what we're telling the world by having boundaries. Questions? Anybody have any questions? I'm going to depart a little bit earlier than I normally do, because I'm going to leave right at the top of the hour so I can go play bingo with my friend. So here's what I've done. I'm going to wrap it up with this. I did my journaling and realized, oh, I'm not even in my lane on this. I was so hurt and so resentful. I'm like, for fuck's sake, really? Here I am writing, and this is the topic for today. Getting my own medicine, giving myself my own medicine about staying in my own lane. And I've put it out to the universe and said, okay, if there is a conversation for me to have with her, then it will be organic and spontaneous. And if there's not a conversation, awesome. Yippee! Thanks, Kelly. And if there's not a conversation to be had, then it will not present itself, and I get to decide how I move forward in the relationship. Then I'm not trying to control how it happens. That's why I do that. And it works. And if it comes and it's that organic opening, then I'm prepared to step in and have a conversation. So that's just more for you. Thank you. Thank you for that. So that's just another way of handling things. Because sometimes there's not really conversation. It's my own stuff. It's my own stuff to clear and deal with. And then moving forward, how do I want to move forward? Because life is on my terms. It's life on life's terms, but it's also on my terms on how I respond and react in the world. And I get to choose that. Somebody told me one time I had a coach, and I would leave her messages. She had set it up that I could talk to her every day, leaving her messages, being accountable. And I was always in the, I have to figure it out, first of all, but also the energy. I'm just the victim of the energy. And she said to me one day, she said, "You are not a victim. of the energy. I know you're empathic, but you're not a victim of the energy. And I was like taken aback. What do you mean I'm not a victim? Of course I am. I just feel it all. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Just like, oh my God. But it really like was a 2x4 on my head to go, you're not a victim of the energy. I get to learn how to navigate. Do I feel it all? Yes, absolutely. But I get to learn how to navigate that. And not feel like I'm just a victim, right? Been there. Where I'm just, okay, it's just all happening to me. No, I chose this time and place to come in. It's happening for me and it's happening from me. We're in a co-creation together. And I chose at a soul level to be here. That's what we're all here for. When Malia said, it's about me healing myself, that's how I heal the world. Because when I do that, I'm altering my vibration. I'm raising it every time I do that. Every time I say no to something, every time I say yes to something, every time I set a boundary, I'm doing that. And we're all learning how to stay in our own lane and stop overspilling our words and our energy and our anger and all the things. Our drama. It's new, right? This is all new learning. We've not done this before. And that's where the boundaries come in. Because it teaches us and it rewires our nervous system. All right, lovelies. Any other questions? Oh, let me pull a card. I did get these out. I have these messages for life. This is a great deck. Great deck. It's a little bit big for my hands, though. Look how long they are. They're super long. So I can get my hands around them, but they don't shuffle very easy that way. So I'm going to count the deck. Telling you I can't make it up. I could, but you know, it's just self-love. Today, I love myself fully. I accept myself exactly as I am. I am able to recognize my own divinity and to appreciate the purity of my soul. I take the time to care for myself. I enjoy myself. I nourish myself. I am kind to myself. I am grateful for who I am. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I read into it. A great subject would be if our parents tried really hard to have children, couldn't, but needed medical intervention to bring us here. Huh. That would be interesting. Yeah. All right. So that's the card for you today. Self-love. All right. So reach out if you're interested in either of the ongoing one. I just had one class. The other one's tonight and the next 2 Wednesdays. So they're Wednesday nights at 6 Central Time. They're all recorded and yours to keep. And then the next one, I don't have exact dates or times, but if you sign up now, you get in at $88. And then the price will go up next week. And it'll be starting in a couple weeks for the trauma bonding and boundaries. All right. So if that's of interest, reach me and I'll get the page done by Friday so that you can get signed up, of course, for that one. And the other one I already have. I put it in here. And I will be here next week at 9 a.m. And I'll be in Empathic Superpower on Saturday. I'm not sure what time. Have fun at bingo. Thank you. Yeah, good luck, right? I haven't played bingo in a long time. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to hang out with her. I do love her and I appreciate her and I get to be who I am. All right, my lovelies. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful week. And I will see you here next week. Namaste.